Today I come to you with a surprise, yes, beaver. It is also called the water otter. Let's find out why it was given this name and what its wonders and oddities are. Otters are semi-aquatic mammals that belong to the weasel family. Due to their abundance of activity, they have slender bodies with short legs and a strong neck. They are skilled swimmers, thanks to their long, flat tail and webbed feet. The weight of otters ranges from about 3 kilograms to 45 kilograms, and their fur colors are brown. Its lower parts are lighter. Of the 13 species of otters, 11 live in fresh water and the other 2 in the sea. Before we continue our journey, please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button. Most beaver movements are in water, but river otters can move quickly over land between bodies of water, usually following the shortest possible routes and often creating movement paths. Otters seek refuge in underground holes to rest, rock crevices, or in dense vegetation along the shoreline. River otters hunt more effectively in shallow than deep water and prefer slow-swimming fish species as their prey. The number of beaver pups ranges from 1 to 5, and large birds pose a threat to these pups. Large beavers may fall prey to many carnivorous animals, and in warm areas crocodiles pose a threat to them. Although they are prey for many animals, what threatens the extinction of otters is human activities such as road killing, drowning in fishing nets, and hunting them for their fur. Beaver diet. Freshwater otters eat crayfish, fish, and some other creatures, particularly eels and salmon, at certain times of the year. While sea otters eat marine creatures that live on the bottom, such as eels and crabs, in addition to sometimes catching some water birds such as coots, birds, and ducks. Frogs are an important food item for them in the spring. Oddities and facts about the sea otter. A sea urchin can hold its breath for up to 5 minutes. Predators of sea otters include orcas, sea lions, and bald eagles, while on land, beavers are preyed upon by bears and wolves. Great white sharks are the sea otter's main predator, although there is no evidence that sharks eat them. Sea otters can flip stones, lying on their backs and throwing stones into the air before catching them and wrapping them around their chests. This skill may be related to its use of rocks to dismantle prey. The beaver is known for its cleanliness and washing its body in water after eating. The enamel in a beaver's teeth features additional layers of protein-rich gel that prevents the teeth from cracking. Most female beavers give birth to only 1 or 2 pups at a time. She nurses him, hunts, and teaches the puppy how to dive in search of food. When the puppy is between 5 and 8 months old, he can defend himself. Sea otters are the most sociable species of sea otters. Its males usually mate with several females. Mothers and pups tend to be solitary, although sea otters can live in groups of up to a dozen. When beavers are in the water, they may form large groups, and the largest sea otter aggregation ever recorded was about 2,000 sea otters. Sea otters save some stones, and they can keep their favorite stones under their arms all their lives. A very strange piece of information also draws attention. Beavers build dams and cut down trees with their molars to make a dam. Most biologists who have studied the beaver point out that the behavior of these animals is innate and not learned. The beaver loves its work by nature, and it continues with its family members to build huge dams in waterways and rivers. The length of some of these dams may reach more than 450 meters. The beaver makes them like an expert architect from sticks, wooden branches, and clay, and supports them again from below with foundations of clay and stones. And not only that, beavers constantly inspect and repair their dams, and these dams help the beaver obtain its food, which helps it obtain its food from plants. The beaver makes its home inside the dams, above the water level. It makes its thick walls from mud and pieces of wood, and makes underwater tunnels to enter its home, which contains a bed of grass, leaves and tree chips, where it can sleep and raise its young, and there are ventilation holes from above. The beaver feels safe in the water, and prefers to eat its food without leaving it. Therefore, it feeds on the bark and leaves of trees and aquatic plants that are attached to its dams or grow inside those wet areas and water ponds created by those dams. This water dam represents a safe place for the beaver and its young from predatory animals, such as wolves and bears, which cannot reach it in the middle of the water. Beaver animals play an important role in nature and in the ecosystems that surround them. By building these dams, wetlands and a fertile environment are created that attract fish and ducks, frogs and other animals. One organization that works to protect beavers indicates that nearly half of the endangered and endangered animals in North America find a safe haven in those fertile lands created by beavers, and that these wetlands absorb large amounts of water when it rains or the high water level of the river enables it to prevent floods. Beaver dams are natural filters that block sediments and toxins from reaching waterways or oceans, but the beaver faces a campaign of opposition from farmers and peasants, whose lands near rivers are damaged when these dams suddenly collapse after the beavers abandon them, and the beaver's sharp teeth cannot distinguish between some trees, rare and more important than others, when cut to build these dams. The positives of the presence of wild beavers in the river include that one beaver family has built 6 dams upstream of the flood-prone village of East Budleigh. These dams have slowed the flow of floodwaters through the village, especially during peak flood times. Scientists also found that beavers played an important role in filtering pollutants from the river, including manure, clay and chemical fertilizers, while river birds and wild birds including mallards benefited from the new wetland water holes created by beavers.